Previously on Honkai Star Rail.
Legend has it that someone can only pass the trial of the butterfly by proving they possess pure and unselfish love within their heart.
I'm fine.
You're actually Circe's, right?
What you mean is that you hid your own core flame?
Indeed. I split it into 3. As for the last one, it's currently in Anaxa's body.
Stress.
One slash.
Oh no! Ooh.
My fellows at the Grove gave their lives defending the core flame and fighting the Black Tide alongside me. Their families deserve to know the truth.
Unwinding in a bath sounds appealing now. Would you care to join me?
And now, the exciting continuation of Honkai Star Rail. And we're back. Hi, my name's Charles, and I'm currently playing through the 3.1 storyline of Honkai Star Rail. Last episode, we delved into the Grove, or we climbed up the Grove, more like it. We discovered the secret identity of Calypso as actually the Titan of Reason, and we had a big battle with a guy in black armor who I think we all have strong suspicions about the identity of, especially after a couple of hints were dropped in, Mem's sudden recollections. But anyway, we have returned to the city of Okhema with Anaxagoras, who is putting off his meeting with Aglaya to go and chat to some other people who are refugees from the Grove to see what's up with them. So without further ado, let's continue on with the story.
Hello. And you are?
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, you are Kallinicus' wife, right?
Yes. Oh, are you a messenger? No wonder I haven't heard any news for so long. There's been a change in personnel, hasn't there?
Ma'am. Kallinicus passed away a few days ago, defending the Grove against the Black Tide.
I like the little things that are hanging off his robe. I think those are kind of cool. Sort of weighing the robe down.
So, did he manage to defend the Grove?
Huh?
Oh, let her deal with the grief in her own way. If she wants to make, if she wants to believe that his death had purpose, let her.
Yes. He managed to protect Circe's core flame at the cost of his life.
I see. I'll select some of his possessions and pick a nice resting place for him.
Please let us know if you need any help, ma'am.
I come from Kremnos. Death and sacrifice are things I've learned to face with composure. You know, Kallinicus, even though he was a scholar, he'd always ask me to teach him how to fight whenever he came back. Isn't it funny that a Chrysos heir like him wants to learn from an ordinary person like me? I've been prepared for this for a long time. In times like these, any ordinary goodbye might just turn out to be a final farewell.
I'm really sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I was once a warrior, and I'll find my way back to the battlefield someday. With the coming coronation of the new king of Premnos, I'll take up my lance against the creatures of the Black Tide and seek vengeance for my husband.
Brave woman. Old man with a slender frame.
Oh, hello, young ones. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you the father of Kenani and Okhema?
Kenani, so I was completely mispronouncing her name when we did that. So these are all the people we met in flashbacks, I guess.
Ah, yes. Did my daughters cause trouble at school again? Alas, forgive this old brain of mine. Both of my daughters graduated long ago, and they are now scholars at the Grove. As I get older, memories from years past tend to blend together. What's the matter, young one? Why so quiet? Did my daughters really get into some trouble? If they refuse to apologize, just let me know. Their old dad can still talk some sense into them.
What should we do? I really can't tell him.
Don't ask me, I'm getting all teary-eyed as well.
Mr. Fabio. The Black Tide took Kenani and Okhema.
What?
They fought until their last breath against the Black Tide to defend the Grove. As the Chrysos heir stationed at the Grove, I failed to protect them. Mr. Fabio, if you're upset...
Don't put it that way. Even if my Okhema wasn't one of the Chrysos heirs mentioned in the prophecy, she was still a heroine, wasn't she?
And finally...
What's
Young man,
about?
there's no need to feel down. Actually, there probably is.
What's wrong? I'm busy. There's a lot going on in the city and I've got my hands full.
Mister, we're sorry to bother you, but...
No, wait, Lady Casters, did Lady Aglaia send you because of some mistake I made at work?
Is she just, like, in everyone's business?
Keep your cool, Titus. I'm Anaxagoras from the Grove of Epiphany, and a colleague of your father, Old Titus. A few days ago, your father passed away.
Wait, what? My old man died? That's no shocker. At his age, he was due for the River of Souls any time. Just up and left me behind. That old man. I've been telling him for ages to stay in the Holy City and enjoy his retirement. But no, he just had to go off to that grove and mess around with those scholars. Still wouldn't budge after all those arguments. That stubborn old thing. I already got him a retirement home and was waiting for him to come around. All my effort is wasted now, and he didn't even give me a chance to say goodbye. That bull-headed old man, stubborn as a mule.
That is it. That's all the colleagues' families that I remember.
Those who sacrificed their lives and their families are truly admirable.
Good work, Miss. And Professor Anaxa.
Let's go. Take me to see Aglaia.
All right. I'll lead the way.
You see, from a plot perspective, that sequence was entirely unnecessary. It was just a delay in between the end of the previous mission and kicking off the next one. But just in terms of storytelling and atmosphere and sort of putting in the work to connect all those, like, tragedies of the people who died protecting the Grove, and saying, these people had other families and loved ones, and this is the price of the ongoing conflict. I mean, it's I'm glad that the writers just took the time to add that thing that could very easily have ended up on the cutting room floor into the game. And it's just little storytelling beats like that that really make the difference between a well-told and a poorly told story. And there's always like writing advice to cut out unnecessary things like that. But sometimes the unnecessary things are actually necessary.
Miss Castoris, my lady, you're back.
You've got a strange face.
Hello.
Your face really does not match your body.
To discuss with Lady Aglaya. May we trouble you to inform her of our presence?
My apologies, Miss Castoris. Lady Aglaya has just informed me that she has no time to receive anyone at the moment.
That's just great. She refuses to even see me. Answer me this, friend. Did Aglaya order you to take me directly to prison?
Who are you?
Please don't jest. It's possible that she really is busy. Let's wait here a moment, and I'll try to contact her using the slate.
Surely she has the thread. She knows everything that's going on. To Carlfishy and Company. Of the Grove's circumstances, we are now fully cognizant, and for thy most diligent efforts we harbour the deepest gratitude. Indeed, no words could adequately convey the depth of our appreciation. Alas, the Holy City presently faces sundry complications, and manifold duties command our attention, precluding us from extending proper welcome. For this oversight we express sincere regret. Furthermore, following thy arduous voyage, rest must be prioritized. The particulars of recent events shall be deliberated upon the morrow. So it is written. That's a bit... Why are you waxing poetic? That elegant style must be the garment maker's. Dear garment maker, please inform Lady Aglaya thus. Message received. We will take our rest today. We send her our regards. Very well. Writing emoji.
It's fortunate we don't have to confront that woman while I'm hauling around this sick body. Castoris, and this friend I haven't gotten the chance to know, I'll take my leave for today. That Titan made a myriad of adjustments on their own. My head still aches from that. I don't want to stay a second longer in this noisy city if I can.
You've only got a core flame in you. I've got a whole goddamn Stellar on.
Please be careful. Okhema isn't the Grove. This place
is covered by her golden threads. I know. That woman is extremely confident I won't escape her grasp. Don't worry. As I said before, I'll mind my behavior.
Miss, so many unexpected things happened on our journey to the Grove. We truly had no intention of putting you in danger, let alone face the Black Tide head-on.
Trouble is my old friend by now.
The Black Tide is not just an enemy of Okhema, but all of Amphorius. Even back when the forces of strife coveted the Holy City, their warriors still undeniably halted the Black Tide outside Castrum Kremnos. Nigador's core flame now sits vacant, and the Black Tide has returned. The Grove is an academic city with the best understanding of the Black Tide. It shouldn't have fallen so easily, and yet it was taken overnight, leaving the city in blood and tears, haunted by the spirits of departed heroes. The trial of strife is imminent. I pray Mighty will be able to steel his resolve soon.
Don't worry, he is quite mighty. And that black-robed swordmaster.
Lady Trebe once traveled across thousands of cities in Amphorius to repel the Black Tide. But even they have no recollection of this powerful enemy in all their journeys. Perhaps the fall of Strife has triggered even more terrifying events in unseen places. As for me, I detected a strong stench of death from that entity. But it wasn't because it had a connection with Thanatos. I'm afraid it's purely because it has sent countless others to their deaths.
Interesting change of pronouns between the written and spoken words.
Speaking of Thanatos, Miss, there is something else I wish to verify with you. You must have an idea of the curse I bear by now. I was born as the shadow of death, a poison shunned by all living beings. Yet when you caught me in the grove, I'm curious why you weren't affected by my power, Miss.
I didn't even notice. I had totally forgotten about this until you brought it up.
Apologies for the abrupt question. For all my life, I've always wondered, what is my connection to death? And why am I inextricably linked to Thanatos? Miss, you must be tired after being on the move these past few days. Please set aside the tragedy at the Grove for now, and rest for the day.
We have a new story. Also, how is Dan Hung doing? So I could talk to Castris, but all she's going to do is say exactly the same thing again. I've been caught out by that before. So where should I be going? I should be going back to my room. So that is interesting.
Have you heard?
Like, I did completely miss... I'll have to go back in the recordings and find it. I did miss the bit where I actually grabbed Castris. Because I remember that was pointed out by people from the trailers. It's like, oh, you can catch Castris. That's an interesting thing. And I just totally missed it when it happened. But my other question here is Aglaya. Like, it's... Aglaya, you know, she has the golden thread. She knows everything that is going on. What exactly is she so busy with that she cannot catch up with what feels like one of the most important things going on in the story right now, which is the, you know, the defeat of the Grove and the fact that we've got a big chunk of core flames stuck in Anaxagoras. So, who knows? But the first thing to do is I'm going to read a book. Because I like reading these books. I saw you were smiling when I got here. Ah, is it because it's your day off? Got it in one, didn't I? Well, it is actually Saturday when I'm recording this. Praise be to days of rest. Calfishy, I can only imagine how hard you usually work, so let's shout it loud together. Praise be to days of rest. But up. Okay, so I need to drag that on there. Boom. And then I have those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, as I've written. The demised scholar, Anaxagoras. Let that divine name dim. Before meeting death, the scholar already composed his own epitaph.
This person's name was seldom mentioned by others. Incomplete, just like his fate.
He would sweep his own grave at the beginning of every month of reaping, staring long and hard at his stained hands. hands that never seek the benediction of gods, accepting only the tricks and plots his brain presents.
Keep your distance from that blasphemous one, lest misfortune follows you like a shadow.
People warned each other thus before his lectern. In those rumours, the scholar's hubris looms foul and vile. He dares to proclaim ascendancy over gods and defy the Titan's will. But the one shouldering such slander pays little heed. His lonesome figure stands aloof, for he always believed that gods are no greater than mortal beings such as he. Grove of Epiphany, the paradise of the wise, yet harbours one shouldering the name of a fool. He calls himself a clear-headed teacher leading lost students, yet he rarely guides or teaches apart from gifting a single saying. Yet, for the rest of the student's life, that saying often proves to be more valuable than gold. Pupils often praise his words as divine utterances, to which the teacher replies with a sharp retort. Apart from destiny, he seems able to decipher all laws. And now, even destiny may also be within his grasp. It was not so in the beginning, as he silently recalls the past under leafy shade.
Faced with a god's edict, even I cannot resist.
With no guidance given, he reaches enlightenment for the first time.
Yet, I sincerely believe this is not to be my destiny.
That became the cause of the blasphemy.
Miracles are the most conceited actions of gods. They are God's denial of humanity via might. Magic tricks are the most articulate rebuttal. They are humanity's imitation of godhood via intellect.
He habitually describes the feats of mankind as magic tricks, proving that the enlightened can step beyond the boundaries of reason. But magic tricks cannot afford to fail, even after 1,000,000 times, and for that, the blasphemous co-conspires with a god. Using the final trick, they wish to create a miracle. See, it's in brown text, I thought it was going to be red for me. Oh well. And I'm still annoyed that it reaches the end of the book without giving me time to read it out loud. Oh well. And there we have Anaxagoras' first little dinky light there. Which I think means... It does mean Mem, definitely. Wow, is this a story of a new companion? The one who looks like a scholar of some kind? Looks like a pirate? Hey, don't judge based on appearance, and I just remembered, that one is a magician. On the topic of the Flame Chase journey, he's always seemed opposed. Perhaps he didn't believe in the prophecy. Everything in the world is false, except me. Time for a quiz, Carl Fishy. What do you think is the relationship between Anaxa and us? Teacher and students. With the Grove being like this, there isn't any time to study. Though the ideologies are completely different, when it comes to stubbornness, he is strikingly similar to the other heroes. Aglaia even permits the Chrysos heiress to study under Anaxa. A good rival is a good friend. Everyone probably can agree on that at least. But we're different, Carl Fishy. We're the best partners when we work together. And I get some relic remains and a small number of jades. Okay, now it is time to catch up with Danny boy. The pipes are calling. Oh, it looks like he's been well. He's just standing here, staring into the middle distance. G'day, Dan. How you doing? I do like how the NPCs, if you get close enough to an NPC, they'll start looking at you. And I've probably done this trick before, but if you change the height of your character, you can see their face going up and down because they're looking at your face, which is kind of cool. Just, you know, little details. I like that. Anyway, let's talk to Dan. Long time no see. I've heard about what happened from Finon. You've been through a lot. Not at all. It's in service to the Trailways. Heh. I wasn't expecting Amphorius to temper the will of the Nameless. What were you doing when I was gone? I was organizing logs. I also asked Hyacinth for some research material from the Grove. I discovered something interesting. Do you remember that Amphorius' sky was sealed away by a Titan? Aquila's presence keeps this world isolated from the rest of the world beyond the sky. It seems Hyacinth's ancestors were the sky priests who worshipped Aquila. Perhaps she can give us more clues to find a way back to the Astral Express. Nothing out of the ordinary happened in the Holy City in the past few days. I didn't have to talk to anyone either. It was kind of nice spending time alone. Awful, I should have stayed and organized documents with you. I'm afraid you'd probably find the task of organizing just as awful. You look tired. You should get some sleep before we set off tomorrow. Oh, by the way, I heard some rumors. If you're going to wander around, I suggest avoiding the hot bath. Oh, so this is the third POV. Interesting. Sometime before in the Memorial Palace.
What's wrong? Is there trouble at the Grove?
Trouble at Mill?
Yes, I sensed something. It was fleeting, but very strong. It feels like they're in some big trouble. Trianne used the Century Gate again.
Can you see what's actually happening?
No, it's fuzzy like always. But the enemy's aura has disappeared. Maybe they've moved to a safe place?
Let's hope that it's just a false alarm. We should place our trust in her and Caster's teacher. They will keep Trianne safe.
Peggy, you're talking like we're little kids. One day, Trianne will reach her limit, and Trebi will take on the role of gatekeeper from her. We are all aware of that. I am just a little concerned about her state of mind. Trianne was already unable to speak, even in short sentences when they left. We want to say a proper goodbye at the very least.
Oh no.
I will pray with you.
Thanks. And Aggie, it looks like we will need you to come with us to the baths this time to unwind. It feels like neither of us have laughed for a long while. It's time to head out with the West Wind!
All right.
Okay, so we are on Team Tribby, and what I will do is I'm just gonna keep the same team, but I'll swap Cullfishy out for Tribby, which I guess makes sense. So I guess it's... So I was looking at this earlier, and now if we go into the Fates Atlas... Oh, no, that was the last one. So if we go into Fates Atlas, which is this one, I was looking earlier, and who was the third POV character had not been revealed. We've just seen those two, so now we know who is going to be carrying us through what looks like the remainder of this questline. Because I guess this kind of explains, like, in the Tribby,
Really hot and heavy. Has it always been like this?
in the Tribby trailer, there were lots and lots and lots of Tribbies. So maybe just over time, each Tribby uses up their power, and now there's only 3 left.
I heard it's the Kremnoan.
What's going on?
You said that already.
Injured over there?
What's going on?
What happened here?
Watch out! Watch out! For the Kremnoan! Kremnoan? This is their doing?
Aggie, now's not the time to dwell on that. Let's help the injured people first.
Excuse me! Coming through! Oh, you two are here as well. That's a relief.
Even the Twilight Courtyard is involved? What in the world happened here?
I actually just came to relax. But as soon as I got here, I saw all these people lying on the ground. I've examined them, and they don't seem to be seriously ill. It feels like they've just spent too much time in the hot water.
Multiple individuals fainting simultaneously from the hot pool steam? Where is the manager of the baths?
He disappeared, and no one knows where he's gone to. Some people have been saying that the Kremnoans are behind this. Lady Aglaya, what do you think about this?
Let these people rest. The two of you, please come with me.
Have you thought of something, Aggie?
Yes. While their intentions elude me, it's time to bring this farce to a close.
To a close.
This is really bad.
Feels like it.
Kremnoan.
Oh,
I've heard that voice line before.
people?
Who in the world did this?
Oh, looks like he's down there. Just one moment. Okay, I have absolutely no idea if we're going to be doing combat or not, but given that Aglaya's on our team, then we may as well make this an Aglaya team. So you two can be removed. We'll put you on. Actually, we'll put you in slot 1. You're already in slot 2. You're in slot 3, and you're in slot 4. Okay.
This is all you can do, huh?
Snowy! Even Snowy!
The culprit is Mightimos.
Oh, just that pose. He's like just pointing at his feet. Look, he's over there.
Dee, what did you do to everybody?
It's just another duel where I claimed victory.
Duel?
As I expected. On the surface, these two are the mightiest warriors in the Holy City, but they're still impulsive youths at heart. Speak up, Mighty. Tell us exactly what kind of foolishness you and Finan indulged in this time.
Some time ago. How's your recovery coming along, my friend? No, none of those sound right.
Sound right. Forget it. Am I seeing things? Is the magnificent deliverer finally deigning to step outside? What kind of response is that?
Nothing. I was just imitating your usual response. I don't feel anything special from you. Have you passed the demigod trial?
The ritual hasn't reopened yet. In case you forgot, it hasn't been that long since I pulled you out of the trial.
I didn't forget.
Then, you're welcome.
In twilight's last gleam, Okhema stands bold. Her walls sturdy, tales untold. Dreaming of her fruitful gardens, pilgrims arrive from distant lands. Figs and olives, so grand. Yet little do they know that they will step into flames, fuel to the fire, a burning brand.
What are you playing at this time?
I just felt like reciting a few lines of poetry. Surely the Crown Prince of Kremnos knows how to appreciate poetry, right?
They are so flirting.
Kremnoans steer clear of such weak literature. But my library doesn't lack collections of this kind.
These lines express the poet's yearning for their home. just as Okhema is distant from many people's homes.
I know how to interpret poetry, Haikus.
There's no point in pretending to be profound, my friend. Thank you for helping me out when I was in a tight spot, but it seems to me that you aren't prepared for the trial either.
Don't compare your situation with mine. My people are still relying on me. I can't ascend to godhood on my own without first resolving their issues.
So, are you suggesting that you, the mighty Mightimos, and the heir to the throne of Kremnos, wish to defy tradition that has endured among your people for millennia?
I'm still thinking about what I should do.
Never mind. It's probably not my place to offer you counsel. An idea does strike me, though.
Go ahead. Let's see what terrible ideas you've come up with this time.
Maybe we both need to relieve some stress. Come, Mightimos, let's recommence our previous competition. This time, we'll see who can stay in the super hot bath for longer. What? Are you chickening out?
The phrase chickening out does not exist in the Kremnoan language. I just find this situation absurd, that's all. All-knowing historian, are you not aware that we Kremnoans use boiling water from sword forging for our baths? Looks like I'll have to teach you some royal etiquette today.
And thus, an unprecedented sauna battle commences!
They are not escaping the shipping accusations.
With unparalleled resolve, the two warriors' determination even alters the very hue of the steam. Flames intertwine with scalding vapor, reaching toward the heavens, shrouding the sky and the sun. The spectacle is so magnificent that none dare gaze upon it directly. Since we can't see what's happening in the competition, why don't I regale you with a tale of kings to pass the time?
Why not?
You recall the legend of the Gorgo lion mentioned by a certain veteran? The central figure, the main character, was not the sole sovereign of that land. An oryx stood as its formidable rival. Long before the dawn of Era Chrysia, the two beasts started their timeless battle on the plains of Tritos. The lion regarded the oryx as its food, while the oryx perceived the lion as a scornful, oppressive, and challenging barrier that it swore to topple with its antlers. For tens of thousands of years, without respite, the two creatures thus continued their relentless pursuit and rivalry. It fixated on its rival's fleeing form in the chase. It set its sights on the other's neck, nearly within reach. It was stuck in a corner. It had nowhere to escape. On the land of Amphorius, some lives meet their end at dusk, some at dawn, and yet others are fated to perish under the blistering sun at noon. And at last, the most scorching moment of the day descended upon them. The formidable hand of fate heeded their call and arrived!
My lords, would you like me to reduce the temperature a little?
What? You're chickening out already?
Get lost.
Are you asking me to get lost, or...
Do whatever you want.
Oh, please forgive my presumptuousness, my lords.
What a spectacle of folly.
This is what you get for daring to challenge a Kremnoan without understanding your own place.
What I'm saying is, your little game dragged down quite a few innocent souls alongside you.
We will personally escort back home the customers left awestruck by our formidable presence.
This isn't fair. You're wearing way less than I am.
That's because you all seem to just go fully clothed into hot baths, which seems like a, poor form.
Is this the latest trend now? Getting into the baths while dressed in full armor?
Don't look at me like that. It was he who challenged me. There is no word for flee in the Kremnoan language.
Very well. Let us bring this farce to a close, shall we? Warriors, it is time to get moving.
After recovery, Final and Mighty escorted the fainted bathers away from the scene. This time, Final narrowly triumphed with a stunning 27-25 victory in terms of the number of trips safely escorted.
Alas, the flame chase journey is destined to be a lengthy one, replete with obstacles.
But thanks to those two, all the gloom has vanished into thin air. Oh, we just had quite the commotion. It's not every day we find the Marmorial Palace this serene. Shall we continue with our previous plans? Hyacinth, would you care to join us?
Such an empty bath is indeed a rare sight. I was looking forward to unwinding after work. I'd be delighted to accept your invitation, Lady Treeby.
How about we go to the biggest bath?
Let me check. The water temperature feels just perfect.
So, how is the feeling of having the entire bath to yourselves?
It's so good.
But, Lady Treeby, aren't you going to soak in the bath with us?
We will have to pass. After all, we've become children.
Please understand that she can no longer endure the heat of this pool due to the blessings of Yanis.
Oh.
Don't spill your wine there, Aglaya.
Are you curious about us, Hyacinth?
I am, but something tells me that it might be better to change the topic.
Don't get all nervous. It's not something we can't discuss. The truth is, a long, long time ago, we were a mature adult just like Aggie.
Spoilers that one day we'll get the Tribby?
Then, because of reasons, we inherited Yanis's divinity and gained the power of passage. And in return, the price we had to pay was the splitting of our soul.
Each opening of the Century Gate intensifies the strain on Treeby and the others. They are gradually regressing towards infancy, both in body and mind.
We don't know what awaits us at the end either, but anyway, that's why we've turned into children.
In that case, when you opened that giant Century Gate above Okhema during the battle against Nikador,
well, there's no way around it. We all know that the flame chase journey won't be a smooth ride.
Maybe we can find a way to fix it. The primary research focus of Noosporists is the soul. We explore its depletion and methods to restore dispersed souls. As long as research continues, there might be a breakthrough that can help. We will do everything we can.
So your first reaction is in fact denial. You're indeed an Access student. I look forward to your good news, Hyacinth.
Now there's another reason to look forward to tomorrow.
Lady Treeby, what's wrong?
Something's off. It's that strong feeling again. Is it Trianne? Wait, no. It's not Trianne this time. It's Trianne. Trianne is a danger.
To be continued.